Hello everyone, it is Briximus Prime, back at it again for another Transformers action figure video, and today we're looking at the Transformers 1 Studio Series Deluxe Optimus Prime.
Optimum Prime, though.
Anywho, now getting into the packaging here. Right up front here, we've got the Transformers 1 logo right there. We got the windowless packaging right there, so, you know, kids can perfectly get their grummy little hands on the figure in there. Sorry, I kind of have a problem with the windowless packaging. Anyway, we got a nice render here of the Optimus Prime right there. He's number 112. We're on 112 already? Holy crap. Studio Series Optimus Prime, Transformers Generations, Transformers 1. Here on the side, you got Optimus Prime again.
Authentic Transformers!
And then here on the back of the packaging, just some obligatory product shots and features. We'll be taking a look throughout the review. He's a deluxe class. And that's almost it for all the features on the packaging. And Optimus Prime here comes with this cardboard backdrop, which allows for nice display options. And aside from that cardboard backdrop, Optimus Prime here comes with 3 accessories. First of all, he comes with his Energon axe right here, which just simply plugs in onto his hand like it usually does, and that doesn't look too shabby. He also comes with this thing, which isn't relevant here in the robot mode, so we'll get to that later. But he does come with this removable Matrix of Leadership. Cool feature with this Matrix of Leadership as opposed to other ones we've gotten in the past. It has these little notches right here, which do allow it to plug into these slots on his hands, so he can hold the Matrix of Leadership. And of course, as you guys saw, the Matrix just stores in his chest. This cannon thing that we haven't touched on quite yet does have a place to store in robot mode. It just sticks right in here, and then you just collapse that up and it blends in pretty well. And then finally, this axe just has these notches that allows it to plug on his back like so. It's not the most elegant weapon storage, but it's at least something. And now taking an up-close look at Optimus Prime's head sculpt here. I really like the way how it came out. Even though he has no light piping, they still gave him some bright blue eyes, and they're a different color from the more navy blue helmet. But something I am not quite a I swear, I'm going to murder my microphone one of these days. I like how you can see the Matrix of Leadership through his window chest right there, and now that we're kind of going down the rest of the body, this kind of, shows off the complaint I have with the head. The gray here doesn't match with the shade of gray that's here on the rest of the body, so it just looks a little off. Like, is it just me, or like, it just looks like they just plopped an entirely separate figure's head on this body, but anyway, it's a minor complaint, but it is something I did notice with this figure. And overall, the rest of the figure has this amazing mechanical detail, pretty traditional of the Studio Series to always have a lot of detail on their figures, even if they don't need to. And again, these designs look really awesome in the movie, and so I'm really happy to see them fully realized as these Studio Series Deluxe class figures. And again, very minimal kibble as well here on the back. Also, technically, these smokestacks are separate pieces out of the box. I just chose to keep them on here because they're not really accessories, they're more like necessary parts of the toy itself, and you don't need to take them off for transformation, so I just kind of leave them in there. But I guess if you need him to have like a pistol or like a handgun or something like that, you can always borrow one of those. Now, is it just me, or does he kind of have really long legs? And here's the thing, it's not just this guy who's got long-ass legs. I've been seeing that Alita and Megatron also seem to have the long leg syndrome. Also, by the way, due to transformation, they did add in the feature that you can fold this guy's head away, and now you can recreate that one scene from the movie. Now, some of you might find it a little weird that this Optimus Prime is only a deluxe class figure. I mean, like, yeah, I understand Optimus is supposed to be this big, high commanding officer of the Autobots, but in this case, in the movie's context, it makes sense because this is meant to be a younger Optimus in his early days, and so, it's him when he's younger and he's a little more brash and he would get into trouble. Going over Optimus Prime's articulation, first off, he's got a ball joint here in the head, which allows for his head to look up really far. It can look down a little bit. He can rotate his head from side to side, and he does get a little bit of head pivoting in there. Shoulders can rotate a full 360, and then also they can move in and out, and then also due to transformation, he has these extra hinge joints right here, which do allow for extra bits of movement and such, and also with a lot of those joints in tandem, he does also have a bit of like a butterfly joint thing kind of going on in there, so that his shoulders can move forward and back with all those in there. Very nice amount of joints here in his shoulders. Again, these smokestacks can also rotate as well because of the 5mm ports. He does have a bicep swivel. 90 degrees of bend at the elbow. He does have wrist swivel. He doesn't have a waist joint. He just has one at the abdomen. Seems like a bit of a waste of time, but I am still glad they included something here. It just looks a little awkward on some poses, obviously. Now, something interesting about his hip skirts here. Normally, Transformers have different hip skirts that move out, but this guy actually has a unique feature I haven't quite seen on another Transformer, but his hip skirt all moves up as one big, like, diaper piece. And honestly, it's actually kind of cool looking, and it does allow for his leg to kick forward and allows it to kick back and move out to the side. It does look a little awkward on some poses and such, but what's even more fiddly about it is that this bit right here tends to pop off a little bit, and it makes the whole thing, pretty much you can make him lose his whole diaper. Anyway, it's just a small quality control problem. And then, now that we've covered the thighs, he does also have a swivel here at above the knee, 90 or slightly actually over 90 degrees of bend at the knee. The knee joints here are nice and tight, by the way. That's what she said. The ankles can pivot like so, pretty deep, and then he does get some downward toe bend due to transformation. So not too bad articulation on this guy, especially for a deluxe class. Now let's get into the comparisons, and I hope you guys appreciate these comparisons because it took me a while to get out every single Optimus Prime toy I own to compare it to this guy. Here he is with Optimus Prime, 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 and Orion Pax. And now with the robot mode comparisons out of the way, let's now get into this guy's transformation. You have got to be kidding me.
Bruh.
And now here's taking a look at Optimus Prime's Cybertronian alien truck mode. Obviously, this truck mode is supposed to be, invoking the original flat-nosed, Freightliner truck from, the 80s. But since this is before Earth, he has to have a more alien-looking, sci-fi-looking vehicle. But again, I feel like they nailed it quite well here, even though it literally is just him doing a weird yoga pose. But overall, again, that's just Optimus Prime. And you can have these smokestacks oriented this way as well if you prefer. I just leave them forward because then they're just like guns right here. And speaking of guns, we can bring back that piece from earlier, and you can stick these notches into these holes here on the front of the vehicle. And it just allows for this guy to have some more guns here on the front. So it's just a little bit more movie accurate. And overall, I do like just the amount of detail on here. And again, transformation is very simple, so there isn't too much robot kibble except for, the arms and, some of the obvious bits. But again, this is just a Cybertronian vehicle mode, so we're not really taking it too seriously. Also, he's got some rolling wheels here on the bottom that do clear the ground, so he can roll pretty seamlessly as well. That way he can say,
We're going to roll out to your mom's house.
oh no, I just realized we have to do vehicle comparisons. Prime, 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 and Orion Pax. And that is pretty much it for my review on the Studio Series Deluxe Class Optimus Prime from Transformers 1. Now, again, no spoilers for the movie and such, but overall, I really do like the figure. Like, even before watching the movie, I still really liked this toy. I really liked the way how detailed and just the design itself looks great. Really, the only problem I've had with this figure is really just the color matching with the grays, because again, it's like, if the head had the color matching for the rest of the body, it wouldn't bother me, or if the body matched the head a little better, again, it just wouldn't bother me. But the fact that this looks a little yellowed is just what makes it look a little off for me. And then, of course, there's also the QC on that hip skirt thing, but I've learned ways how to get around that, so it's not as big of a problem. But overall, I do also like that this is a deluxe class, not just for like Studio Series scaling or anything like that, but also in terms of budget releases, I think this is a fantastic Optimus Prime for only $20, and I'm glad that they're also doing the same thing with Megatron and Alita and Bumblebee, and really makes me hopeful that maybe we'll get like a Darkwing and maybe some other characters in like larger Voyager and Leader class scaling. But for now, I'm happy with just this one figure, and yeah. And yeah, vehicle mode, transformation's completely fine. I think the amount of accessories is okay. He should have just included a regular ion blaster maybe, or I don't know. But overall, I like this toy, and if I had to give it a rating, I give it a very solid 8 out of 10. So yeah, that is basically it for my review. If you guys liked it, give me a like on the video, or give me a big middle finger, I don't know, something, whatever you guys thought about this video, because again. So yeah, thank y'all for watching. This has been Briximus Prime. Subscribe to the channel for more, garbage content, and I'll catch you guys next time.